program. Okay, this particular program, that is program to demonstrate working of a, you have it as for the journal. In your journal, uh, the program number, I think it is 18. Program number 18, yes. Write a C program to simulate the working of an ordinary queue using an array. Provide the operations queue insert, queue delete, queue display. Check the status for empty and full. So here the program statement, it is for ordinary queue. Ordinary queue is sometimes called as simple queue or as a queue itself. Okay. So the program, have you executed this particular program in your home? Did you try it out?
Yes, sir.
Okay. First, I will show you the execution part. Then we will study the program, how this particular program works. So what it is asked here, we have to have a functions, or we have to write the program wherein insert operation, delete operation, and the display operation we have to demonstrate. Okay, let us execute the program and see how it works. Let us compile the program. Compilation is and execute the program. Now, when the program is executed, it will give you the 4 options. First one is queue insert, second is queue delete, third is queue display, and fourth is exit. Now we can try entering the numbers, the options, and see how it particular program works. Okay, so as of now the is empty. So kindly unmute yourself. I have unmuted everyone, but still few of you are trying to unmute it. Okay. Pratiksha and Vasuki, mute yourself. Fine. So in the beginning, the queue is empty. So if you try to delete an number, what will happen? Let us try entering number 2. The option is 2. The option is 2 is for what? Queue delete. If I enter 2, the message is queue underflow, because the queue doesn't contain any of the elements as of now, and we're trying to delete the element. So the condition is queue underflow. Now, suppose let us try to display the content by entering option 3. Again here, since queue is empty, so we cannot display anything. So the message is queue empty is displayed. Okay. Now let us try to insert the elements. For inserting the elements, the options are what? First. So I have entered the choice as 1, then enter. What it asks, enter the element to be inserted. Let us say I enter the element to as 5. Then after that, it displays the message 5 inserted successfully. So the first element is 5, which is inserted successfully at the queue. Let us try to see the content of the queue. So by entering number 3, that is option as 3, then it displays the elements in the queue are 5. Okay, now let us try to insert the elements one by one now. Option 1, the say next element is 10. Then 10 is inserted successfully. Again, the choice is 1. This time the element I'm inserting 15. Okay. 15 is inserted successfully. Then again option 1. So this time the element is 20. 20 inserted successfully. Now again I will try to insert one more element. So the enter your choice is 1. So when I press 1, it is showing me the message as queue overflow. This message is appearing because the size of the queue is taken as 4. Let us see it in the program. In the program, in the line number 6, what we have defined? We have defined the variable, that is the constant max, to be 4. So the queue size is what? 4. Because the size is 4, we are able to insert only 4 elements. Let us try to display the elements which are inserted into Q. So 5, 10, 15 and 20. So you need to see the ordering of these particular elements. The first element which we have inserted is what? 5, then 10, 15 and 20. At this moment, the front will be pointing to where? 5 and rear will be pointing to 20. Now, if I want to delete an element, then the element will be deleted which is pointed by the front end. So the front end is pointing where? To the element 5. So if I press the option as 2, if I choose the option as 2 and enter, what it displays? 5 is deleted because this is the Q and 5, that is, let me show you. Now the front is pointing to 5 and the rear is pointing to 20. This is front. I will denote it as a F, and this is rear. Correct? Now, if I want to delete an element, if I choose the option as 2, then it is going to delete the element which is pointed by the front pointer, that is 5 element. Once I delete 5, if I want to see the content of the queue, then I can type 3 and enter. This time what it displays? 10, 15 and 20. So 5 is been deleted and now the front is pointing to where? It is pointing to 10. Again, if I try to delete one element, say 2, this time the 10 will be deleted. Similarly, if I want to delete one more element, 15 will be deleted. Then once again, if I try to delete the element, 20 will be deleted. So at this particular stage, all the elements of the queue are deleted. If you want to see the content of the queue, when I press 3, it says queue is empty. And even if you try to delete the element, it will show the message as queue underflow. Okay, now just try to answer the question here. I'm unmuting. Okay, now is this particular program execution understood now? Yes, what we have done? We have inserted 5 elements and then we have deleted, sorry, we have inserted 4 elements and then we have deleted all those 4 elements. So the queue is empty now. Now tell me whether is it possible for us to insert further elements?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Initially what we have done? We have inserted 4 elements, we queue as full, and then we kept on deleting the elements one by one, and we have deleted all the 4 elements, and now the state is the queue is empty. Now is it possible to insert the elements?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
okay, let's try inserting the element.
Sir.
Okay, now I will choose the option as 1 and press enter. What is the message I'm getting here?
Queue
Overflow. But is it queue overflow is the condition now?
No, sir.
No, right? Okay, now let us see what is the problem here. As you are telling that it should allow us to insert the elements because queue is empty, but program is giving as queue overflow. Let us try to understand why this program is giving queue underflow message. Okay, fine. We'll open an Excel sheet here and try to understand this particular concept here. Okay. Now let us consider what is the size of the queue we have taken. It is 4. Okay.
4.
And first is, let me put the blocks here. So initially Q was empty. This is 0th index, first index, second index, and third index. Okay. Then initially we added, that is inserted 5. So our front is here and rear is also here. Correct. Next time when we try to insert the another element, then what will be done? Rear will be taken from the next position. 10 will be inserted. Then next time if you want to insert one more element, rear has to be taken and it has to be placed to the next position. Then 15 has to be inserted. Then the next time when I want to insert one more element, this rear has to be incremented and 20 has to be inserted. This is the tracing of the program from first element to the last element. Is this process understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Okay. Now just watch the process of deletion, how it happens. We know that deletion happens from which particular end?
Front.
Front end. So if I want to delete the element, what has to be done? I have to delete the 5 and front has to be incremented to the next position.
10.
Yes. Now, if I want to delete now one more element, I can delete 10 and increment the front to next position. Okay. Next, again, I want to delete what? 15. When I want to delete 15, so I will take out this particular front and front will be over here. Okay. Now next is 20. The 20 I want to delete here. So 20 I will be deleting here. Okay. After I deleting 20, what I should do? With respect to rear and front, what I should do?
Change the index number. Change the position to 0.
0, but 0 is over here, right? It is the first. So this is, now the situation is that there are no elements in the queue. Ideally, when I delete the last element, that was 20, when I delete this particular 20, and as per the process, I have to increment this particular front, and this front should be the next position, which is pointing nowhere in the queue. Isn't it?
So you are not audible.
So you're not audible.
Hello? It's not audible?
No, sir.
Give me a moment. Internet is connected. Let me put the speakers. Test 1, 2, 3. Okay. Fine. Okay. How about, is it audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. So let me just repeat the steps what I have done for the last particular step. This front is here and we have 20. We have deleted 3 elements and the last element, and at this particular stage, if I want to delete the 20, I can do so and I can increment the front to the next position. But there is no element at the position where this particular front is pointing to. Okay, now, so at this moment, the queue is empty, but when I try to insert the element in the program code, the condition is what? In the program code for the insert, if rear is equals to max minus 1. Okay, so now here, the max value is what? 4. The condition says rear equals to max minus 1. So here, rear value is what? What is the max value? 4. Rear value is 3 and max minus 1 is, that is 4 minus 1, which is again 3. So is 3 equal to 3? Is the condition true?
Yes.
Yes, condition is true. For insertion, the condition what we have put in the beginning is that if rear is pointing to the last element, then there is no possibility of inserting the elements. Yes, in this case, rear is pointing to the last element, last position of the queue, and even though the elements, the actual elements are empty, but rear is not modified to handle these kind of scenarios, because that even when you are trying to insert the elements, when queue is empty, the program is showing queue overflow. This is not the problem, but actually it is a feature or the drawback of simple queue or an ordinary queue. The drawback of ordinary queue is that when we keep on inserting the elements into the queue and queue becomes full, even if we delete the elements from the queue, but if you try to insert later, it will not allow us to insert, because rear would be pointing to the last position of the queue, and that position will not be modified in the simple queue or the ordinary queue. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
You can just refer to this particular paragraph. One of the
So
major
then
drawback
only
of a simple queue is that there is unnecessary wastage of memory. Consider the following queue having size as 5. At present, there are 2 elements. Any further insertion will result in overflow condition. But the queue is not full. The location 0, 1 and 2 are empty. This advantage can be overcome with the help of the circular queue concept. Is this particular drawback understood, or shall I repeat it once again?
no sir, understood.
Sir, understood.
Understood, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is a likely question which you may get for the Viva, as part of Viva. The examiner may ask you to enter the elements until it is full, and they may ask you to delete one particular element. Say what you would be doing, you would be inserting 10, 20, 30 and 40. Okay, your rear will be here and the front will be here, and they may ask you to delete one element. So this 10 will be deleted and the front will be taking to the last position. Then they may ask a tricky question. They will say, how many elements are there in the queue? You would say that there are 3 elements. And what is the size of the queue? 4. Then they will ask you to insert one more element into the queue. If you try to do that one, the program will give you queue overflow. Then they may
Overflow.
ask you the question that there are only 3 elements and the size is 4. Why it is not inserting the element? Then your answer should be, because the program what we have written is a simple queue or an ordinary queue. In the ordinary queue or a simple queue, if we insert the elements, if you insert all the elements in the queue and if you delete any of the elements, if you try to do, then it will not allow us to do any more insertions, because the front is always pointing to the last position of the queue. Is that understood?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. To overcome this particular problem, what we have got is, we have got another type of queue, which we are going to study in our today's class. Okay. Now, so do I need to explain the trace the program again here line by line, or will you do yourself? Yes, is that okay?
Yes.
We'll do one thing. What you can do is that after today's class gets over, you can take it as an assignment and try to trace the program. I have explained you the tracing of the program with respect to diagrammatic representation. Now what you can do is that you can just try to follow the statements and see how that particular statement works over. Okay? Should we do like that?
Yes, sir.